Now that bei ya unga ya chapati and unga ya ugali are the same, is it bad to make chapatis on a daily? So today we are making some butternut chapatis and I really love this recipe because inakuanga na kautamu kengine hapo you just can't explain, and we are going to be using a butternut, and this is what I refer to as a butternut or kale kamalenge kadogo ka yellow. You can also use some pumpkins for this recipe, but since I have some butternut, this is what you're going to be using. And I'm going to start by peeling my butternut, then I'll remove the seeds and store them for another recipe that I'll show you some other time. Then I'm going to cut them into small pieces, then I'm going to boil these till they are soft enough. And without further ado, let's get started. After a couple of minutes, this is what we have, and they are very soft and well done. As you can see, zinabondeka virahisi. So you can either use a mwiko for this stage and you smash them, but I'm just going to do the easier way. I'm going to add them into my jug, then I'm going to blend this for about a minute, then I'll be back and we'll start cooking our chapati. So I have my puree right here, and I'll start by adding it. Then as I was boiling my butternut, I added some salt. Na pia the butternut is sweet, so I do not need to add sugar, but if at all you are using some pumpkins that are not sweet, you can add some sugar or you can also leave that out. Then I'm going to mix this, and I'm going to knead this to form a dough. Then it's at this point that I like going in with my hands. Then I'm going to knead this for about 10 to 15 minutes, and that will ensure that my dough is very smooth and soft, and that will give me some very soft chapatis. So this is complete workout, and now that my dough is okay, I'm going to go in with about 3 tablespoons of cooking oil. And today I'm using mafuta tu ya kawaida, it's not yellow in color. Then I'm going to knead this till you can no longer see mafuta on the counter, and till my dough is well incorporated with the oil and you stop seeing the oil on top. So this will take about 3 to 5 minutes thereabout. So my dough is ready, and once you slap it on the counter, it shouldn't stick. And this is ready. Then I'm going to add some oil here, and this helps so that isishikilie kwa ukuta ya the container. Then I'll add that in here, and then I'm also going to spread the mafuta so that it doesn't form some cracks while resting. And you can see our dough is well done. So the reason of letting your dough rest is this. Look at this. You can see that this is very hard to pull, but I'll show you the results after letting it rest, and the longer you let it rest, the better. So I'm going to cover it with my paper. Then I'm going to add this towel and I'm going to let it rest for about 30 or so minutes. So this is about 45 minutes later, and let's check on our dough. And you remember the test we did? Now look at this. Look at this. This easily pulls, and it's at this point that you know if you're going to have very soft chapatis ama utapata vitu zingine na hapo. So let's continue, and I'm going to dust this. And now this stage is going to ensure that you get some layers. You can see how easily this pulls, this stretches. That's a good sign, and I'm going to cut that. Then I'll add some cooking oil. Then, after dusting them with some flour, I'm going to cover this and let them continue resting for an extra 5 to 10 minutes. Then, I'll be back and we'll start cooking them. Let's get started, and always start with the first one that you started working on.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's float for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it.
And that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I also hope you learned something new. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Wow.